All right, what's up? Sorry. All right, what's up? What's up, happy Clam Guy? This video is for you. I figured, I was gonna fucking combine it with whoever won the fucking whatever the fuck. But I was like, no. You deserve your own specific video on this. Now, the way you phrased it was kind of weird. I mean, I don't know what the connection is for you. Okay, so on the one hand, you have scrying. Now, what is scrying? Scrying is, well, it doesn't have to be a crystal ball. It can be anything. As a matter of fact, if you want scrying really well, use what's known as a black mirror, which is a mirror made of obsidian. I'm just going to tell you, those are hard to come by. Okay, real ones. I mean, you get fake ones. Okay, let me tell you something. Michael Ford will never tell you. If you buy a fucking faulty instrument to a ritual, you're already poisoned. Your ritual's already poisoned, even if your form is good. Even if your form is perfect, you're just going to not float. It's going to start sinking, nigger. You feel me? So, scrying is basically the idea of what you're trying to do. And let me just fucking put it out there because that's what these videos are about. I'm telling you the truth. Other people won't tell you. Or am I? Man, you have to take it at the fucking head, man. Take the snake at the head, knock on his. You ever take a snake in his head and knock on his fucking top of his head? It sounds like you're hitting a hollow rock. Because you are. So what are you doing? You're basically trying to make yourself cross-eyed. That's what scrying is. You're trying to cross-eye yourself. Now, you're like, what are you talking about, cross-eyed? Is that like a visual thing? Yeah, it's visual. But you have to do all 4 vectors at the same time and flip them one by one, just one by one by one by one in a sequence. That's how you get to scrying. Now, what is scrying? It's a form of divination. What is divination? It's not divinization. It's not trying to become a god. Divination is stealing. And if you don't understand the vector of this as stealing, then you don't understand what this whole thing is about. And you need to fucking unsubscribe right now and just get the fuck out. Divination is stealing thoughts of God. It's like a heist. If you don't know this, then, well, most of the people that watch me are probably white belts, but you are a serious white belt if you don't know this. If you don't know this is the way this shit works, is that you have to steal the fucking shit. It's never given to you. What's given to you is always a curse. Yeah, read the New Testament, especially the letters of Paul. I don't even want to get into it. So we have that, scrying. Now, scrying is basically I'm trying to cross my eyes, and I can use any number of things for that. And once I cross my eyes, what happens is there's something that flips in the back of my mind as well. It's a reaction to that. Now, once you capture that reaction, so for example, what you do is you want to cross your eyes through some kind of, you could use, like I said, I showed the crystal ball. If you have an obsidian mirror, that's even better to cross your eyes through. You're trying to take this and do this kind of with the way it's hard to explain, but once you get it, you'll get it. And you're basically trying to confuse yourself. And what happens is you project yourself backwards through that, vector, or what you might call a mirror or a resemblance. You can call them any number of names. I mean, when I said resemblance, you were like, what do you mean by resemblance? Well, what does resemblance mean? You feel me? I never say anything without honest vectors, man. I've been through all this before. So what do we have now? What are we talking about? Okay, so we're scrying, which means, well, that's a practice. You have to either get it or don't. I would recommend either a pure crystal. You don't even have to have a crystal ball, but get one that vibrates. See, this is all gay. If I say this, it's going to be like, I'm gay, Get one that resonates with your. You'll feel it out. But once you're at that level, then what are you even doing? You know what I'm saying? What are you even doing at that point? Okay, so that's scrying. So scrying is basically you're trying to twist your eyes internally to make your mind work better within a different realm, which communicates, how should I say, harmonious truths. We'll leave that there. So that's scrying. And then there was this fucking term, and I actually had to look this shit up, and I was like, what the fuck were you even talking about here? What are you even talking about here? Wow. Epigenetic. Which, okay. All right, look. How do I want to fucking... I should try to probably, get rid of this as quick as possible. Because, okay, here's the way I look at it. And this is just fucking me, okay? Is that there is it's like a flow. It's like a flow. It's like the heartbeat. It's like the lungs. It's like everything. It's like if you ever seen a vein cut open and you see the way it spurts out, you can see it. It's mathematical. It's perfect. The way everything exists in this world is measured on harmonies, measured on the idea that everything has to make sense in some metaphysical way. Because if it didn't, then what are we left with? And what do all these, atheists argue for these days? It's kind of rather sad, to be honest with you. And there's many outstanding challenges, so I'm not going to go into that here. But the idea that the body and the mind are intertwined, or if you even want to go that far, non-dual, then what you have to understand is that these, what do you want to call them again? You know what I mean? Infirmities, or I have no idea. It's psychosomatic for sure, because everything is psychosomatic. You know what I mean? Epigenetic. That basically means the environment operating. It's like there's two vectors that you could say: inside working out, outside working in. So epigenetic means outside working in. So you could do that, but what is the point of labeling it that way? It's only half the equation, if it's even that. It might be a third. Maybe we have to go Trinity in this motherfucker. I have no idea. I just know I needed to give you a video because you engage, you ask good questions. I mean, look, I do have Cassandra's curse. Every time I tell the future to people, could be anyone, it's ignored. And there's a lot of people like that. As a matter of fact, I think it's almost a pushback against, because there are metaphysical things going on that we don't really understand. And I'm not going to make a video on that, trust me. That's me snitching on the divine, and I can't do that. But what I will say is that was a great question. I didn't see those questions connected, really. But if you do, then that's kind of a vector for you. You know what I mean? I don't... Like, I've grown up... Like, it might have been you. It might have been somebody. Somebody asked me about this one. Yeah, that guy. That guy right there. The Urantia book. Look, man. I discovered that book when I was like 12, 13 years old. And I was like, holy shit. This is like science of theology. If you read it, and if you're ignorant, and you're a dum-dum like I was at 12, 13, you read it, you're like, holy shit. You're going off for 30 pages about how Michael of Nebaton is the prefigurement of Jesus Christ, etc., etc. Trust me, read the book. It's if you like fiction, it's good fiction. Let me put it that way. It's like the best. Like, I was always bringing this shit up whenever anybody would bring the Bible up. I'm like, the Bible? Have you ever read the Urantia book? That shit has fucking pseudoscience in it, man, to the point where you could never fucking differentiate. Because it's never really pseudoscience. It's pseudo-philosophy. But guess what pseudo-philosophy is? It's philosophy. That's where you get into the nonsense. So, hey, happy Clam Guy. I hope I answered your question, which of course I didn't. But that was on purpose as well. I figured I'd give you your own fucking video. You deserve it. You've been one of my OG supporters, man. I love you. I love the pushback. Give me more pushback. Tell me I fucking like, you didn't suck my dick hard enough in this video. Fine. Maybe I didn't. I don't know, but at least I gave you a separate video. And yeah, it's gross. It's gross. I'm turning into Paul fucking Valentine, except that dude's already fucking gone. It's weird the way I can do things. One thing to remember about me, even though I teach you through comedic value, one thing to remember about me is that I've been here for a long time. And my essential view has never really changed. So think about that. And that's why when there are other people, like for example, T.C. Downey, that are the same. They've been here for a long time. Their viewpoint, it's like the knife. You sharpen the knife, right? The knife gets a little bit sharper. So that's a process. So yeah, things change slightly. But when you look back to the people that were the OGs in this whole fucking like process, who's there? Look, bro, you will never see me collaborating with weirdos. That's never gonna fucking happen. And when people do that, even people that I thought at one point were awesome, then they can go suck a dick. Principle over, because if I've never met you in the real, to me, you're just a strings of ones and zeros. Sorry to say it, but hey, is what it is. Happy Clam Guy. Thanks for the fucking shit. This is for you, bro.